you already know who it is. Our boy Samuel Wells stepping through for the cut, which y'all's already host. GTR Mar and your boy Big B to the double Z. We coming in fresh. Samuel Wells, we've been in high school together. We've done a lot, but you know, you was an athlete, but you mixed it up. You're doing martial arts now. You're doing financial advising and stuff like that for yourself. You changed a lot of things, and that's why you're here today. Tell us how. First off, let's start off how you got into that. Like, what led you into getting back into financial from like a football perspective?
Well, really, man. I mean, if you really think about it, just especially in a man's world, right? You got to think we can go through some traumatic things. You know, sure. We have our lows. We all hit rock bottom. You know, in a sense, like respectfully, you can kind of come out and say, I mean, there's no reason to hide it for one, right?
For sure.
So throughout that time, I mean, I was just praying, I was planning, I was like, I really, I'm just waiting on the opportunity. I'm already an open-minded person as is. The only thing was I was just introverted. You know what I mean? An open-minded person with introvert tendencies, meaning, I just, the circumstances I was, going through, it was tiring, I felt like I was one of them. I was an angry person. I was like, man, I hate the world. I don't want to do this and that. Why go talk to this person? Why go make new friends or make new connections? And the code that I've been hearing a lot lately is your network is your net worth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The more people something can grow out of that. And can prosper and you can start profiting. You know what I'm feeling? And so. After some years, I was about homeless for about 2.5 years going through it. After when I went to Hardin-Simmons, right, so I was doing day back to high school. I signed for football, but I was truly a track person. Sure. I was one of the top in the district for sure. But before Texas Relays, the Texas Relays is like a big old showcase. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just in front of colleges, different. It's different. Types of athletes there, right? It's booming. You feel me? And so. Right before that, we had Alamo Relays. That's at it was at Gus Stadium. You remember at Gus? Gus got the track. Yeah. And I tore my hamstring during 300 hurdles. I was like, "Jeez, bro." I was like, "How? Like, why?" Yeah. It was so much going through my mind, and I can really now date back that was kind of a turning point of something was going to happen after that.
Sure.
It just dictated a lot, and honestly, I'm still grateful that I went through those trials and tribulations. I mean. What's success really without adapting to adversity to really grow emoji, right? And so after that, went to college for like 1 year. Partied that first semester, wilding out, getting that out of my system. Didn't like football, so I left that. And I went to focus on track. Still was injured, still hurting, you know what I mean? The training, the practice, my body couldn't adapt to that type of weather and that climate up there. It was, up in like West Texas, Abilene area, and it was either super cold, rainy, windy, hot. It was disgusting. And then so after, whenever that first year was, done, freshman year over with, I went back to, came back to San Antonio. I'm 19 going on 20 now. And, just things started happening at home, going through different phases in life. And so after that, I moved out, started kind of doing my own thing. Mm-hmm. I was really trying to find my way. And I found these people, they're now my life coaches and mentors, right? And people who are help me become more open-minded and express how to network more. Mm-hmm. So basically, going into 2021, my dedication was let's start, talking, growing my network. Let's start, not becoming a product of my environment, which was, being, alone and just not to anybody but myself, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, let me start, finding different things. Eventually, God just, took over, started just blessing me, and I was starting to, work through it. So now I'm a sales representative at my gym. I help train the kids Muay Thai now. I train, networking within a business. It's called Worldwide Group, right? So it's more adult professional, different type of in-person entrepreneurship. And then I got this with I'm Academy, and that's also, helped me. They offer the IBO side to where you can start becoming your own boss, basically, start impacting lives and really start changing people. And so basically just what got me into it was like, I was like, I really feel like I'm always expecting something good for me to happen, but I haven't even made the decision to even try and help somebody else that's probably got it worse than me. Mm-hmm. And maybe, the seeds that I sow, if they can be positive, I'm like, all right, bet. And I do it unconditionally because you got to go through a change. You can't just do it like it's like a ritual or something. You have to have some meaning. So I'm like, I can't expect change in my life until I can help somebody else change theirs unconditionally, and stay on top of it and do it without the intent of really truly knowing like, oh, I'm expecting something. I want this. Like, no, it's gonna fall in place. Just keep doing different works and practices that's beneficial. It's gonna help grow you mentally, communication skills, how to start marketing, how to even grow a business, how to really become financially independent, so I was like, I'm not trying to, do the method, passed down generations, talking about go to school, get a good education. Because when you think about it, like I was saying, why would I want to go to school and, spend thousands and thousands of dollars but still not make no money? Yeah. And I'm only building debt, right? And then they expect us to get, what they call a career or a job that's only going to pay less than the debt we've already built up the past 5, 10 years, 15 extra 20 years if you're trying to go like a lawyer, doctor, right? Stuff like that. They be trying to go all out. And I'm like, okay, but you could be making a lot of money with it, but you're still paying, all of that's going to that debt. And there's other things, we got bills that are residual coming, right? Got car note. If you have a family, you got, mouths to feed, you got different things going on. So a lot of time, people they're sacrificing their time for money, and they can have the most money, but their connection, their relationships with their spouse, their kids, friends, family, anybody, right? People that they love and care about, they're not gonna really see them that much, because then they gotta still sleep, and so everything's all outside it. But then whereas the man who's working, could be working less hours, working less hours, right? He's trying to, get his time. Okay, yeah, you got your time. Time is valuable, but your income is not coming up still if you're not doing anything, right? So people are still basically like, I realize you don't have to, work.
Hell yeah.
I love it. That's where the real success is made. Through all the, like I said, through all the trials and tribulations, man.
For sure, bro. I fucking.
You know what I'm saying? That's a mentality people don't lack.
That's what people don't understand, bro. Like, you gotta suck at something at first, bro. Like, you're gonna literally blow, like, every single day. Like, and then eventually there's gonna be that day where you just don't suck no more.
Like, people that that are having success now, stuff like that, they had to go through, like, days that it didn't even
it didn't work.
It didn't work for them. And it's not that it didn't work. They just didn't work it right. That's all it is.
Yeah, like, they didn't really, try their, like, best to make themselves good at it. They were expecting it to be smooth sailing, but in reality, you're right. Nothing ever goes like as according to plan.
What is success without failure? Like success, it loves failure because it's humble about it and it's gonna mold lessons into blessings. You feel me? You gotta realize that. A code that I live by, I started learning when it comes to even just a business aspect or anything, right? Whatever the business or product is, if it didn't work, or if you don't have people staying in it and they're leaving, or there's no success within it, it's not that the product or the business doesn't work, right? It's maybe that the people aren't working the business itself. The business is there. It can't do nothing, but it's just that's that. This and that, an animate environment object, right? You have to have somebody to work it and produce it right. So if it's not working, you have to look at who's behind the steering wheel. You gotta change it. You gotta start elevating. If it's you and you want to prosper, you gotta start upping the score. You know what I mean? You gotta really start, really being on top of things. You have to change. You have to change your habits. You can't be the same person going into it. You have to, not even time management, because time is always gonna continue. We all have the same hours, but more priority management. Schedule certain things at this time and that time. Really, put efforts into what's gonna help prosper you, in the long run. And when I say long run, don't think of it like retiring when you're like 65, which is what the system puts us in a position to do, is to always be behind, right? Why not we be 20 steps ahead? That way we can start retiring the next 6 months, in the next year, next 2 years, next really 5 years, right? When we're talking about like mid-20s, going, 29 or so, going into our 30s, we're not having to play catch up. We can, be full-time parents. We can be full-time, friends, family, members to people we love. We gain our time and we're still able to make money. You know what I mean? Wherever you go and stuff like that, because you're profiting and you're generating generational wealth. Yeah. You're gonna already start that now, so your kids can be set. You got to get on the road. But the thing is, people are sketchy about it. It's because of lack of education, lack of knowledge. that 3% that's, you know, successful without the world, some of them you gotta realize they're selfish. They're not teaching people how to, you know, how to get up with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, coming in, you know, different businesses and whatnot, we're able to do that and add on to that 3% to grow to now 20% and really start, you know, unconditionally showing people how they can change their life so they don't have to suffer no more. So that way they're not playing catch up all their life. And then when they're on their deathbed, they're like, oh, the number one regret when people are on their deathbed is, I wish I lived my life for me instead of for somebody else. That can also fall in the category of always working on, you know, for your boss or on somebody else's schedule for years and years. Like, when I was working at, I started working at Bill Miller's. That was my first job. And you know, they boot camp. And I said, the guys that hate the guys, they all do. Like, they just make us do every single. I'm like, bro. I'm boot camp. I'm broke down. I'm tired. I want to go home. But they raised me with that type of urgency, though. I give them credit. That's one thing I can say, because I used to be just real lazy, laid back. Didn't have no type of urgency doing nothing. Mm-hmm. When they said something needed to be done, it was done then and there. Damn. Ever since then, whatever job that I was working out, whenever I was working, it was, you know, urgency. I can even go back to most of the jobs and be like, they'll be like, yeah, he was probably one of our best ones. The only reason I got lazy is because I knew I kept playing out in my mind. I'm like, this is not going to create generational wealth. This is not going to pay my bills. This is not going to put me ahead of the system. I'm already getting myself behind if I keep doing this. So I you know, before I even started, you know, putting in my 2 weeks or, you know, what they would call it, I was slack off for a little bit. I was like, bro, I'm not finna. They saw the bad side. I was like, yeah, because y'all realize y'all are 25, 30, 45, 60. I see elderly people working. I'm like, oh my, this is what you do your life. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
Y'all don't want to be home and just having something that you're having your money work for you, and but you're working for your money. That's how you're programmed. That's how you're thinking, right? Like, that's not the way to think.
And people don't see it like above that, bro. Some people are so like, no, you can't go home and do whatever you want to do and fucking make money. But it's like there's like tons of options you can go do to make any kind of money, bro. Like,
but there's so close-minded.
I feel like, bro. Yeah, and two, you got to think of the times, you know, that they all came from, where like it was like they're like great grandparents and all them were like, man, down. You go to like to the fucking factory that's right next door. You gonna work there forever. They're gonna treat you right. They're gonna take care of you. You retire at fucking 65, and you do the same thing. So your dad's like, okay, I'm doing the same thing. Now he's gonna try to get you to go like do that. But nowadays the world changed. You don't have to do physical jobs at all, especially not your entire life
at all, bro. You see these nice views right here, bro. Literally, you just wake up and make money.
Yeah,
you're literally people. You gotta love being on the phone. Being on the phone is your money maker. You gotta realize that, because you gotta see your net worth. Your network is your net worth. The more people you're in contact with, more things you're producing, making sure things are running smoothly. Everybody gets that equal opportunity. Everybody's winning. You feel me? And we're making something that's fair in an unfair world. You know what I mean? Even if it's a small percentage, it's growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fully forming into something different, right? And so, like you were saying, you know, when you want to date it back then, that's just that generational curse of, you know, if it didn't even work for grandma and grandpa and the great-great-grandpa and grandpa, but the parents are still like, well, that's just still what they've been forced to from their parents. They've been draining that into, now they're trying to drain it into us. And I'm like, you not see, like, you can't seek financial advice from people who don't have the results you want. You gotta start surrounding yourself with above average people in the network system, right? You gotta start getting that aura in you now, speaking it into existence, because the power of manifestation is real. But faith without action, you know, is dead. It works. You know what I mean? It's just dead at that point. You know what I mean? So you can have that faith and belief, have that aura surrounding you, but as long as you gotta put in the work too. And it's not even hard work. It's like flipping bird, doing all this.
That's what I'm saying. I know a dude, bro, and I would tell him every day, bro, because like, you know, we worked in the restaurant together, and like, everybody like bashes their boss or whatever. And I'm telling him, bro, and I'm like sitting here, I'm like, damn, bro, like, you know, he like, we say one thing and then he go kiss his ass like 5 minutes later. Like, why, bro? I'm making more money like sitting here, like standing around than even making money actually, like whatever he pays me. You know what I mean? Bro. Like, there's no need for me to be here, honestly, and like exactly like you said, bro. You get so frustrated being in that situation because you're like, bro, I could be somewhere else making more money doing something else, like anything, or you're not even feeling like you're advancing yourself. You feel like, like it's just gonna be the same thing tomorrow. So it's like, I'm not gonna move up. No one's gonna fucking be like, "Oh, you're the manager."
Because if it's taking years,
and you're like, okay, should I just stay down here? But you know that there's so much more out there for you, but you just haven't attacked it yet.
Exactly.
So you're just sitting there like, man, why am I here? But you're still here. At the end of the day,
get stuck in that loop, bro. They're gonna and like those are gonna be the people who are 40, 50 years old, still in the same damn restaurant. And you're like, hey.
And then they're gonna get mad one day and finally be like, "Oh, all this time and I'm still not the damn."
Well, like even at that, like, or even like something like this, like, so you spend your whole life in something like that, and you know how he was talking about, and like this is what I do, like, you know what I mean? Now is fucking like your life insurance or like your fucking 401k. 99% of the time, that shit's not enough money, bro. If you didn't save money right, if you didn't do nothing right, if you didn't even know about that shit, because no one teaches you about that whole, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're all 20 years old. How much of us actually have a fucking thing? If we got one now, we could have $1 million, bro, by the end of it. But no one tells us, like, hey, if you do it now, it's only like $40 a month. You can have $1 million by the time you're done. You know what I mean? No one tells us that shit. So you get that hoe when you're 40, 50 years old, and they're like, hey, so since you're old, you got to pay like $150, $200.
It's so valuable.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, okay, and then when you die, it's only like, yeah, bro. I worked at a school for a little while, right? Mm-hmm. And like the people who were working in there was like 3 or 4 old people, and it's because they don't have retirement funds, bro. They had to like, they needed more money a week, you know what I mean? It wasn't cutting it. And it's like, damn, bro, like the government's doing you wrong. People who are selling you that shit's doing you wrong, bro. They're not telling you. And it's like, why not? Like, why aren't we all out there helping people? Like, that was a good example too, bro. Like, you know, we make money. We out here trying to help people. That's why we started this hoe, is because, you know, like, you do one thing right, maybe someone else doesn't like that, but they understand, like, someone else who comes in here, they might be doing something and they're making money in whatever they like and
there's
how they do it.
Avenues of options.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
When you're presenting it, you gotta, you know, be a person like that, you know, showing respectful like credentials, and you see the proof to also that, because of course, you know, you're pitching, you're talking to the cold market and people who are either you don't know or who've seen your story. They're just, you know, they're curious. You want to provide some type of free valuable information, because this isn't, it's not like we're presenting you in DM a cash flow menu, showing you a scheme, or asking you, oh, pay me $50 and I'm gonna give you $5,000. How does that even work? Where are you even getting the $5,000 from if you need $50?
That's what I'm saying.
What? Like,
if it was that simple, we'd all be all.
I would have been all, but no, like y'all gotta see it in that scam. You know what I mean? And that's just, you know what I mean? It's something different, you know. And it's just like when scam. I forgot. So it was in a call, right? It was in my notes on the thing. So one acronym you can say for scam is still caring about. I forgot. It was in my notes. I think it was something about still caring about like money. It was something, right, when it comes to scam. Oh, still something, right? Because people are scared about it because they're scared of losing and whatnot. But like you lost every other like week or so because you've been to your last point. You even go negative. So why not start going negative, like, or going to your 0 point, but that money's invested into you. So you gotta realize that money's putting you in position to make more, right? You're making your money work for you. Yeah. You gotta understand that.
It's like in any company, they say you gotta spend money to make money, but in this instance, you're spending money to like learn something. Like, so why not put that money into like something you're gonna learn? It's like, you know, you can go pay for the fish every week, but if you just paid the dude to teach you how to learn to fish, bro, you catching fish for the rest of your life, and it's that simple. But people don't like see it like that. They're like, well, why do I have to pay you? But it's because like you, like someone like, not maybe like you, but someone above you who's done it for years, and they're like, you know, I mastered it. I've gone through all the mistakes. That's why, you know, that's what my knowledge is worth. That's what it's here for.
But and also here's the thing though. So like, like when it comes to an IM Academy, right? But like when we tell people, because you gotta realize we're not. I've networked in businesses where it's true, like we don't need a sign up or need somebody to enroll for us to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna touch on that, but we don't. Disrespectfully, we don't, because we make money every day. And if you're already profiting off of something, you already know you can make. You're still making money every day. You're just unconditionally showing somebody this business inquiry, this opportunity that's changed your life. So I know it can change yours. I see, You know, I see your story. I see what you're going through. I see what you posted before you go to work. You hate it. You just said you just want to die in a hole. Like, don't say that for one, but you don't like it. So why, you know, do you have are you rich enough, or, you know, have the money enough to be, you know, block out opportunities that's gonna position you for a better, you know, chance of success, right? No, you don't have that type of time or money. You know what I mean? So start investing. You feel me? And so when it comes to, we don't need like people for signups. You gotta really, like, it's a option when it comes to us, right? I tell people, like, when you trade, yeah, you are having the opportunity to make money every day, right? But if you want another jump start, and if you really want money, then I'm gonna show you what I recommend that I've done on my path that's really helped me, as well as help thousands and thousands of others, right? And so you gotta realize, I'm like, if you want to do that, why not get, you know, paid from? It's like a scholar program in Diamond Academy. You know, why not get paid, you know, for showing somebody, you know, this plan, this opportunity that's gonna, you know, take a boost, a jump start ahead of the process or in the system, in the world, right? Mm-hmm. That's not only, you know, generating, you know, success for, you know, for me, but for others, and it's helping them. They can just duplicate and do the same thing. Everybody has equal opportunity. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's all about who's gonna take advantage of it. Who's gonna be the one that's gonna slack off? Who's gonna be the one that's gonna take the information provided to them and blast to the moon? Like, literally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something different. And so when it comes to just financial in general, like I said, you gotta realize paper money about to be extinct damn near in the next few years or so, probably. Like, who knows by the time we like 30, you know,
definitely.
It's digital money. Like, this is, you gotta realize that you've already seen that our physical paper money is mandated by the government. Like, it's literally like, you see it controlled. Stimulus checks, they're telling us what we're worth, basically. They're only giving us a small portion each. Like, what, some people only even get $600. You're telling me you were only worth $600 for your life, basically?
Yeah,
you know
and some people didn't get shit, bro. And it's
like,
basically they're telling you, like, you're not worth nothing. Like, if you look at school, you look stupid, basically. You're standing there like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't get no money. And it's like, you're paying so much money to go to school, and it's like, man, they said, fuck you.
And you're not earning anything while paying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're not a part of any this is not, like, when you go to school, you're a part of a learn while you lose system. Start positioning yourself and learn while you earn systems. You feel me? Where you understanding and you still earning profits because you're just only getting better. It's gonna be a rocky start, but it's gonna smooth out later on if you're consistent. You know, if you really want it. People don't understand. They're just like, they're so addicted to fast cash, fast money. They need it now. It's not like, all right, fast cash. Here's an example. You know, lottery people. A lot of people use that example. People, they go bankrupt in the next 6 months after they hit the lottery. The next year.
Yeah. They kill themselves 9 times out of 10.
They don't know how to
handle that kind of money.
That wave, it hits them different because they don't have proper rich management, right? Mm-hmm. The reason people stay poor is because they don't act their income in their current situation. They don't act their income. So if you're down bad, or you're managing a really tight budget, but you're living above your means, it's gonna backtrack. You're gonna already bite yourself back and be in a loop, right? Mm-hmm. They're not acting their income. They're not even trying to increase their income, which is, you need, more. If you want to be considered rich, you need at least more than 4 or 5 streams of income, right? I think it's 4. That's what it is. At least 4 different streams of income to be considered, like, rich, a millionaire. If you're running it properly, you know what I mean. If you're not running it, and you're not managing it, it's just going to waste. Somebody's going to come along and actually take it to the moon, right? Mm-hmm. But people don't act they don't act their income at all. They don't increase it, and they don't even try to invest in themselves. You know what I mean? That's one reason that you're seeing, in lack of education. They're in the cycles. Like, people got to understand, like, you got to take it slow just to get wealthy over time. Why not sacrifice now so you can, relax and start, like I said, be full-time parent, be full-time friends, be a full-time just you, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? And that just comes with hard work, but it's character development. It's better than lifting boxes and staying, overnight late shifts. And
for sure.
You're having a boss yell at you. You know what I mean?
And then, can you tell everybody again what you do? I know we talked about it before, but for the people.
Yeah, for sure. So, my name's Samuel Wells. All right, Instagram at sttb.samuel. So it's SAMUWELL.
We'll drop a link for it.
Appreciate you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm an investor. I trade within the foreign exchange market. You know what I mean? Using a term, we trade with binary options. We're able to make an incline or decline profit, total recession proof. And so what we're able to do is we're able to make money from our phones, our laptop within minutes. Respectfully making somebody's hourly, 10, 12, 15. We're able to do that, capture profit within 2 or 3 minutes, just entering at a certain entry point and pressing 2 buttons, right? So we're able to do that. And we're showing you how, profitable it is. Using an educational platform called I Am Academy, right? Everybody has access to trading. Everybody has access to, trading currency pairs or, of course now, cryptos, Dogecoin, stuff like that. Congratulations, because for one, you're already basically trading within, foreign exchange market, right? If, you go to Europe, of course, you can't spend US dollar within, Europe. You have to trade it in and exchange it for the European dollar. So, of course, when you're trading it in, you go to the airport and do that, or wherever you go to for an exchange booth, actually, because there is one, you trade your US for the European dollar, they might have more, value than the US dollar, right? So you're getting more in return. So when you come back, let's say you didn't spend a single dime on it, right? And everything in your trip was paid for. You come back and you got to exchange the European dollar for the US dollar, right? You do that, you're getting more profit. So let's say I put 100 in and traded in and I got more. I come back and trade my, get my $100 back plus $50. You know what I mean? Yeah. So really, you can get 150. Basically, that's what we're able to do, but digitally over the, computer, laptop, and we're able to do it with I Am Academy with different Go Live educators. For example, Matthew Thayer, right? There's no difference between him and I except he has experience. He's been in this longer than I have. He made created a strategy within the platform, and it's called Hourglass. Create a strategy. That's the strategy we use. The thing he created was called Cash Trap. That helped him turn his $500 broker account into $13.4 million in 2 years. Right, able to really profit off that, and on top of that, he's now a Go Live educator. He's trading for everybody within the platform. So it's like Instagram Live, right? You just hop in, you watch them trade. You copy and paste. It's a copy and paste method. If you can cheat off a test, you can, copy off answers in class and still ace that. It's easy. It's for anybody. You know what I mean? There's no age limit to this. We literally under my business, we have 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, literally already independent business owners. They're already making profit, doing their thing, stacking up now. Because by the time they're 17, they're already, set for life. Yeah. They're done for. You know what I mean? In the next 6 months, it's about staying 10 toes. And so, within that, it's like when I was telling you, so he trades for us, calls out the trade, we hop in and take it. Not only that we're just doing it blindly, he's going to show you, how he did it and go in thoroughly explanation on why and what it means, how valuable it is. That way you're not lost, you're confused. You want to be able to still trade on your own whenever you become an IBO, and that's, optional. And if you want to start showing people, other people how to do it. But, there's different schedules for it, Central, Eastern, and, Pacific time. It's all, it's different. And, right now, it used to cost like $235 to get started. It's only $199, just a $200 investment. People will spend like $2,000 at Target, Nike, outlets. Not get no money back unless they sell their stuff. But then you just kind of, you're kind of done. You kind of wasted a little bit, like you wasted a lot of money to still you get profit, but not as much as you spent, right? This $200 investment is probably the best thing I've done in my life because it brought me from being homeless, sleeping under bridges, to now, me and my girl, we got an apartment. It's just a small little thing, but it's helped us grow. And just over time, in the next 6 months, I manifested a lot of things are going to change, for the better. And unconditionally, I'm trying to, help San Antonio do that. We have a whole team that's, as a collective unit, we move with love. You know what I mean? We show people it's bigger than just Forex. And I'll even admit it. Like, I'll tell people, like, yeah, I'm the Forex guy. I'm that guy. Like, I'd rather be the Forex dude than a broke person. You feel me? I'd rather do that. Because you got to realize people are sketchy because they have lack of education. So I will let you know. But if, you keep watching and you keep, understanding that, like, oh, I'm just watching, but I'm still sketchy, but you haven't even gave it a try. People look at the percentage that didn't work of something, and they'll use that as an excuse to not try anything. Why not look at that 3% and actually dive deep and be like, what did they do that's, they're actually running the business right? Because we're all running the same thing, in a sense, business, right? Just how is it being ran? What are we doing? We show people. I even give tutorials, throughout my story. You'll see me post. Like, this is, this is a lifestyle. This is something different. You gotta realize, like, people gotta start, moving with a sense of urgency, realizing that, in order to really, gain, financial independence, and not only that, be a different person as a whole, you gotta start changing your life habits. Like I said, it's bigger than Forex. This is also character development, This really helps, bring out who you truly are and whatever potential you have within you. It helps you maximize that to the fullest, you know what I mean? And you got a whole family, different group chats, different, people. We got, we got a camp up in California, you know what I mean? With my guys, Tylen, Anthony, all of them, they're my upline, business mentors with our campus in Antonio within Texas. You know what I mean? We growing, we collab, and we're crafting up, we're educating, we're getting planned, we're showing people how to do this. I mean, this is the best investment that people really should take advantage of.
For sure.
Really, even a 300, when it was 300, like it's okay. It's still worth it. You know what I mean? You'll unconditionally spend 300 on shoes and go broke for a movie or for an experience, right? Why not go broke for, reinvesting into yourself? That's potentially, and it is going to start having your money work for you and really start putting you on and helping the people around you. You want to help your family, right? I don't want to see you don't want to see moms working every day, coming home slaving. Parents aren't really being full-time parents. They're basically like roommates, because one parent's at work, the other's at home, sleep, or with their kids. Then they switch. You feel me? Somebody's working the night shift, and they got to be home at night, and it's just back and forth. A lot of kids, especially in millennials too, just in this day and age, they live with parents who are showing up as basically roommates in their lives. You only see one parent throughout the whole time. Nobody's really, sometimes as a collective whole. So we even got families on this, families that are, have achieved, are certain, ranks within the IBO system, you know what I mean? And that are just changing their own life, like from, or the father, he didn't have to, go to work no more physically, so now they're all profiting. It's a whole experience. It's a family. It's love. It's change. I can say I'm better than who I was 5 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago. When I first even entered high school, when I started going through life, I'm a whole different person, unconditionally. And it's changed me as a person. I know my goal I've been talking about forever is to impact, to change somebody's life, even financially, as a person. I'm big on internal wealth, always. You got to be really complete as a person, got to really develop yourself, so that way you're not, leading somebody down the wrong path. You already know what you've been through. No, let's learn from it and mold something different and change our pathway, and really start getting our heads right, because we only get one shot at life. Why not do it, let's start getting bored. You see what's happening, you know what I mean? It's literally, everything is literally right in front of us. Like $300 should be like the smallest amount you should ever be scared. You shouldn't even be scared of that, because that's just, you're not spending on nothing. Give it a try and you're gonna see what's really going on. And like I said, we don't do this. This isn't no cash flow scheme where we tell people like, no, we're not gonna tell you a single thing until you give us money and really tap in. I'm like, no, we provide this. It's a lifestyle, Like you see people doing that bigger than rappers. You see people in Cali, nice views, 22, 23, 24. A girl who's retired at 18, basically, doesn't have to work, doesn't have to do anything because she hit, Chairwoman 10. Basically, with that, in the IBO system, that Chairwoman 10 is making $2,500 every Friday and $10,000 a month, residually for impacting and changing somebody's life. At 18 years old, she can be a leader and start leading people to success throughout life, to where, there's where people don't have to suffer no more. People don't have to worry about whenever they go out, oh, let me see how much I have in my bank. I've been through it. We all been through it. You know that time when you want to go out, but then you like,
maybe I should.
Like, should I? Dang, you're like, or you just like, you're blind, you're like, wait, I don't even know how much I have. Or I'm gonna just spend and then worry about it later. Like, you just hit negatives in your bank account, but you got all this stuff. You did. You feel guilty about it. because there was no value in it. You were hyped in the moment with all the materialistic, and you gotta realize like you're trying to live a lifestyle that you're not even have any knowledge on and don't have the financial means to do yet. You're trying to live above your income. You gotta be humble first, and that's what they taught me. Start budgeting, start really understanding that you gotta really be serious on yourself now about your money. So when you start touching money for real, touching bands and whatnot, right? You know how to manage it. Rich management. It's all mental,
Yeah. How long have you been in this?
I've been in this now for going on 4 months.
4 months.
In the next two. Today's the 15th, right? Oh no, 16th. So going on tomorrow actually is going to be my 4th month.
Wow.
4th month markdown.
And that's a quick change, man. Yeah. So like you already saw a quick turnaround and everything from being homeless to having at least an apartment, man.
That's grateful for.
Hell yeah, bro. I condone that, bro. Cause like that's hard, bro. Like especially when you get hurt in high school, bro. Like you see so many people who like even in the pros you see it like any range when they get an injury, bro. That hell just changes completely everything. Like the way you see things and the way like you are, and like in some instances you don't go back to the way you are. I know I broke my foot into fucking pieces, bro. So I never like really played everything ever again. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, that happens, and for you to see like how like you were down, but like that obviously hasn't kept you down. You know what I mean? Like your fucking ethic to work hard has obviously shined through, and like now you're doing things you like to do. Like you said, you got free time. We'll get into like your fucking USC shit, but like that's dope to see. Like even though it's just recently, like the last 1 month, but like you've been posting, you've been on that hoe. I can see it like constantly, and that's why I was like, man, you gotta come hop on this hoe because. I can appreciate the grind no matter what, and I know like everybody, especially in our age, bro, like a little bit older, I would say, than like you, like 20, 22-year-olds, like they're all graduating, they're realizing like, damn, bro, I got a degree, I don't have an actual job, or damn, like, why did I waste all this time, and like I could have done that, or like the people who did drop out, they're like, dude, there's still an answer for me, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like, there's always other things to do, and like. That's dope. Like, and like, we're all about helping people too, bro. And like, that's dope to see that in you too. To fucking that hoe shines through. Like, you wanna share your knowledge, bro. Like, that's what it's there for. That's what knowledge is for. That's why we're like built to communicate and stuff. Is so that we can just share our knowledge with other people and stuff. So that's really dope. That's why we fucking definitely had you come on the show. Cause like. You can't, bro, like when someone's doing something, like someone's going to notice it. You don't know who it is, like, but someone's going to notice it. And I obviously noticed that shit, like, to see you fucking grind that shit, bro. For sure, bro. I appreciate that. And that's dope, bro. Yeah. So I appreciate that, bro. Definitely seeing you fucking grind. And like I said, bro, we'll put your fucking things in the thing. That way people do want to hit you up for that and shit like that, bro. Because, bro, like I'm saying, bro, like lots of people I know who watch this already, they know that they're like coming in here to hear something like that, to like find something that's like, their true meaning. And maybe like you spoke to someone else was like, that's the true shit I kind of want to do too. Whatever. And like, so hopefully that changes out. But let's talk about this UFC now, bro. I know we saw. Let's start off with the fucking. We'll start off with the fucking fight last night. How about that, bro?
Boy, man.
We'll take off a little bit of the heat and we'll talk about something fun, bro.
Listen. So look, again, I was maintaining some business things, so I only got to see the last fight. Thank the Lord.
That's the only one you have.
Man, and I said people, I was going for Charles. I'm sorry.
Same.
I told people Charles is a vet. He's been in this already 11 years now.
That's what he was saying.
Then he was, bro, and then you had Chandler, bro. Don't look at me wrong, bro.
Chandler's he's a nice dude. He's a dog.
He is, yeah, but he didn't need to go be in there this early, bro.
Bro,
he fought 3 fights in the damn UFC title fight. He made it a very entertaining show, ain't gonna lie. But
bro, I mean
Vera, I was like, he's gonna do it.
To be honest with you, bro, like who did not think he had him in the first round, bro? Like
no, that
that had me scared.
I thought he was gonna end up because at first he was not blocking. Oliveira was just, it looked like he was unconscious at first. But then
we for sure thought, bro. I was like, he's out.
I had like knew. If the ref didn't stop it in that first round and like he survived, it would be different.
I would have been so mad if ref stopped, bro.
Yeah,
I would have been so mad.
Yeah. If it wasn't a damn if it wasn't a fucking title fight, They would have stopped that
in the first round.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so
just
too. But that's like I remember telling him, bro. I was just sitting there like, nah, bro. Like this is too good of a fight. Don't end right now. Like at least give me one more round, bro.
One more round, and something's gonna change.
Just change, bro. Like you know,
because there's no way that I was like, bro. I've seen him like beat everybody else. I know for a fact Chandler's just like, you know, finna like come in here and just like dog him out in 2 rounds and be like, you're going.
He's a magician. He's a tactic on the feet and he's a submission artist, bro. From anywhere. Yeah. You saw he locked body lock. Got his legs. Yeah. Boom! Just landed right on it. I was like, and he still held it. That was adversity for real. That's an example of when life knocks you down, boy, you get back up and attack.
Hell yeah, bro. The thing was like, it's right.
And he was like, okay, this dude is clearly piecing me up with the hands. I gotta.
And he came out striking second round for real.
And he was like, you're not gonna do me like this. I'm going out.
He was like, "Oh, you forgot I can strike too." A dude who can't even speak, can't speak English. He can't.
Yeah. That was the meanest left hook he didn't throw.
He's a golden child.
That was the greatest.
He's a golden child. I don't know what about him, bro.
That left hook.
Bro, you wait for moments like that repeatedly, bro. Like, you know, you watch all these fights and most of the time they end in a draw or like decent things. Like every single fight was like mid, pretty much until then. Homeboy almost got his legs broke, but we'll talk about that later.
You remember the Usman? Did y'all watch that one?
Oh yeah.
Usman Masvidal? You know, that was. Come on, I need
to smoke him twice.
2 times. 2 no, that's dumb.
The second time was worse. There was no sort of like decision. He said, "You're getting out of it. You're going home, dog. Get up out of here."
Done for.
Yeah. He sent his ass home. He's like, he ain't said shit since. He was like, okay, beef squashed.
Makes more sense
for sure,
bro. That's why, like, I've always liked fighting.
Yeah.
But like, man,
like it was street fighting though. I know because I was too.
All of that stuff.
Oh, even all
of that.
I was into it. I just never fully put myself in it yet. Like, you know, channeling that energy. Like,
but like, you know, nowadays, I would say it would be it's been on like some sort of resurgence, bro. Mm-hmm. Now more than ever, everybody's on it, bro. Yeah, so I seen you know that she was training, bro. You said that she want to get up in there, huh?
Yeah, bro. How did you get into that, bro?
Sheesh, man. So I started watching, you know, after the track didn't work out, you know, I came back and I started training personal track, right? You know, I was still getting my athleticism in. That didn't work out. And the only reason it didn't work out was really because my outside life, my coach told me, he's a real dude. Shout out to Dane, man. He said, you know, if your outside life isn't, you know, going up to par, if it's not going, you know, going well, it's not correlating with, you know, track, it's gonna start affecting your sports. You know, that mental is gonna start dragging into practice. You're not gonna perform well, you know. And I was like for sure. And I started seeing it even the next few days. I was like, it's really nice. So I had to just take time. And that's when I started just working. I started working 2 different jobs, started doing this and that, you know. Mm-hmm. I was working a window washing job and then going to Whataburger. And then I was working at LA Films for a little bit, and then I was going to, I worked at Lowe's, overnight shift. Like, how that worked, bro. Like, I had Lowe's at 10 p.m. Track practice was from like 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Damn. So I was quick. I didn't even have time to eat. I would go there and already just get straight to work. Already done clocking in, moving crates, boxes, dead tired. But I had to just keep strong. You know, I still had the, you know, energetic spirit. I was good. But I knew eventually it was going to break me down. It wasn't forcefully, it just, I knew it was going to catch up. Like, physically, sleep-wise, bro.
Everything.
You know? And I basically, I quit / get fired at the same time because I took a nap in the rug section. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, bro.
You look like, bro, over took some lady took a picture. I was like, you a snitch for real? Like, hey, yeah. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, you know, again, I just wasn't finna deal with it, bro. So I was like, all right, I'm just not finna worry. So I didn't try after that. And I was just looking for different jobs. And so I found Freebirds, right? You know, Freebirds be busting. And I was, I was like this. I had a do-rag on. I had the hat on. I was chilling and laughing at everybody, you know, eating the food up a little bit. But it was fun. And I don't know if you remember Dito. Do you remember Dito Mendoza? Yeah. So his brother CJ, you know what I mean? It came to a thought because I started watching martial arts a lot, getting into it. And I seen, you know, CJ and Dito post something about it. I'm like, wait, Her brother does mixed martial arts, and this is like while at work, I'm serving Dito, and I think his dad or his uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, your brother does mixed martial arts, right, or MMA? And he was like, yeah. I was like, can you like give me his like Twitter or Instagram information, right? Let me contact him. Let me get a hold of him. I want to start kind of getting into that. He said, all right, bet. You know what I mean? Before I get into it, Dito, hey CJ, shout out to you. That boy CJ got he got a shot at the Donna White's Contender Series. Real talk. Tuesday, yes sir. So I was like, all right. So I was like, that's well deserved, you know. But he showed me. So basically, you know, we started getting in contact. We went to his gym over at RDA, and we just started. You know, he started showing me the basics, started showing me the guidelines. You know, just the intro to mixed martial arts. You know, how to move, what your fighting stance is, different. You know, the proper way to really fight, technical. You know, start channeling your energy to something that's, you know, in an environment to where you can unleash it, but in a beautiful way. It's a martial art, you know. And so he was showing me that. We did private training sessions, workouts together, and it was getting me right. I was tired, but I was like, this is where I need to be. I loved it. Right after that, I started finding that passion, you know. And so I started, you know, training on my own, this and that, because he had to start training. And so after I was, you know, working out, I was doing this and that, and I got sick for like a month, and then I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled because it was like a little infection. So after that, I just started, you know, working out. I started just bodybuilding. My body just went through different phases, right? So I started working out, doing some cardio, but getting more size first to get some muscle durability. I found my gym, Ohana Academy. I started doing that. I found them in December. So found them. I joined the second week of December. I was on Facebook, and after, you know, CJ, he had to, you know, start focusing on his training, so I couldn't get a hold of him too well, right? Even if he was busy, I know how that be a fighter in the combat world style, right? Especially with his life, you know, you got that. And so I was like, for sure, I need a gym that's going, you know, what's a gym that's family oriented? Because it felt like family with that. What's something that's going to help, you know, mold me also as a person? And I was scrolling through Facebook after, and then boom, Ohana Academy pops up. Ohana West Academy. That's on our Marbach location, right? I was like, oh. I'm like, Ohana means family. If y'all seen Lilo and Stitch, I'm like, okay, that's just right there. I'm like, this is heaven sent. All right, I enter my information quick. Boom, boom, boom. I'm already adamant. Like, I'm trying to go. I'm doing this and that. And then I get a call in the text. And it was my boy Sean. He was like, hey, this is Sean from Ohana Academy West. I'm with my homeboys at some little function. I'm like, we all just chilling in the backyard. And we're like, what is Ohana? And then myself, I'm like, Ohana, like, Academy. I forgot. I was like, oh shoot! I'm like, this the martial arts gym. It's okay, cool. And it's a jiu-jitsu based gym, and I love that. I really want, you know, I'm trying to elevate grappling for sure. And I was like, all right, like this is perfect. As I kept watching UFC, man, I really was like, I want to be a fighter. Like that's something that I can really have a testimony and just not only just be a fighter, but impact lives too. This goes hand in hand, you know. And I'm like, but fighting. I love fighting. I love it. I want to, you know, show them hands, show legs. I like kicking too. Like that's true fighting for me. Not like boxing. Like, I just can't. I can't just go half on my body. I got to use everything, you know. And so I found that. I did the free trial class, bro, and I signed up then and there with whatever I had in my account. I just like take it. Like the rest is gonna come soon. We'll get that situated. And I told them like when I walked in there, like but even before I even like as I was, you know, days before I went. As I was driving over there, I was like, I'm letting them know straight up, I want to be a fighter. I want to be a pro fighter. UFC's a big goal, but I want to go through pro fights, amateur fights. I want to do different jiu-jitsu tournaments, you know, which tournaments. I want to grow before I become a fighter, you know. But I want to go in there and I'm serious about business, right? And so I let them know. Ever since then, man, when I first came in, they've welcomed me like family. You know, it was like already like, you know, a new family, new brotherhood, sisterhood, like different, you know, authoritative figures, you know what I mean? And Dave, Ohana honestly saved my life before I even started networking a whole bunch of things, you know? They saved me completely when I was even still down bad. Like, you gotta see, whenever I was, you know, with, you know, joining IM Academy and started networking businesses, I was still sleeping in the car, still taking notes, still getting information, still plugging into some calls even when I had no Wi-Fi. Even during the snow power outage, I still made it happen. Even doing all that, living in a car, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take this info, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna still find a way to train, I'm gonna do this and that. I made it happen, you know. And so They helped me out throughout so much, and then the owner he helped me. Art he offered a position as a sales representative there. First it was front desk, and at front desk, I mean, I didn't know any of the kids or parents' names or whatnot, but I mean, in my energy, like I said, a lot of people expect what I've gone through for me to still, even to this day, be angry, act like I deserve everything, right? Mm-hmm. No, I still bring joy and a positive, aura to people. I want them to feel, welcome, feel, I want them to feel something that maybe I haven't felt ever, not to realize. Maybe if I give that, unconditionally to people, I know what it feels like because I'm creating it and I'm helping that. And ever since then, front desk has helped me develop relationships with the parents, with the kids, all the little from 4 years old to like 12, 13 to everybody, to all the ages, and even in the adult classes. Everybody, they're like, Sam, like, we love Sam, it's there. And I'm like, I'm happy for that. I want people to, Honda's family for real. It's a home gym, like, we're not soft. We put in the work for sure. It's tiring. It's a dog fight, but at the end of the day, it's also, life values, and we family. We love you for real. And so it's, iron sharpens iron. And ever since then, man, it's just, I've been really, now that I work there, I have the privilege, just, train there full time as well, 25/8, Sunday through Sunday, and just really, go at it. Even, sometimes you can go whenever on my own time, and I'll start doing some solo work. I'll do weights, and then I'll start, heavy bag, or I'll practice jiu-jitsu, or just start doing little combos, conditioning, just to get myself right. Because if I really want to fight, I gotta be obsessed with it. Mm-hmm. The same way as I look at it as a business. If you want to grow with that, you want to be profitable, you gotta be obsessed. You gotta get lost in your love,
For sure.
And ever since then, I'm like, bro, I'm on top of every UFC fight, but I'm not looking at it as just a fight. I'm actually studying what moves they're doing. I'm looking at them. I'm like, okay, he countered that. He's looking at his body movement. Okay, and he put a Kimura on him or a rear naked choke. Different things. I'm really studying the positioning and the reasoning why they did that, how they succeeded. So I can also become a great fighter myself, like, it's a goal. Okay. I'm like, all right, for sure. Like, I know, and I speak into existence. I'm going to be the greatest fighter that ever touched now. Okay. Remember this, for sure.
So, okay, let me go ask you this then. Who are some of your favorite fighters right now?
Like, the first one is Israel Adesanya.
Okay,
yep, that is my guy. That is my guy. That is my guy, bro. Just because, like, if you want to talk physical aspect, I mean, we probably like damn near the same height. He's lean, athletic. He knows how to. He's a counter specialist. He's quick, and he knows how to just counter, create traps. I love it. Just it's so smooth, and it's just like, I know I'm long, so it's like I can mold different styles. Just
you
watch
can kind
of, I have an example, like, and do the same way, like, how he looked up to Anderson Silva, and how he fought him. That was the most beautiful fight, bro. That was my favorite fight. That was artwork at its finest. Like, people didn't understand, like, they're, when non-MMA fans, they boo, or like,
oh yeah, I want to see you
like, they're like, why didn't he rush him? You gotta realize, you just put two walking weapons, literally lethal animals, right in front of each other. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. They're mirroring each other. Yeah. They have the same style. You know what I mean? But that's why it's an art. It was a chess match for real. I was like, this is like what, like, bat hand in hand. And the way I saw that, that's how I feel with Izzy. I ain't gonna catch you. I think about it every time. I'm like, I'm gonna get that. And I'm gonna fight Izzy. I'm gonna like how he fought Henderson, like, respectfully, like,
bro.
There, but
that's how you like have to be, because way before he even got that fight with them, it was like one day I want to fight him.
But
he finally did. He fucking took him out. And that was like his fucking sensei. He was like, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Literally, I was like, just that type of love. I was like, oh, that is so loud. I was like, I'm gonna be there. Because I already seen it, bro. I'm just looking. I'm like, after the fight, bro, bro, like, that's so much respect. I'm like, bro, I've watched your fights since ever, bro. Like, I do history on him. I'm talking about, I watched him before UFC when he was in Glory Kickboxing, and he did different Muay Thai tournaments, and he was booming, boom, 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 just quick, just so fluent. He's the most elite striker in the UFC, in my opinion. Literally, he's so precise. Speed, precision. He already has that power to pop, but to have that power and pop too,
length and everything.
Exactly. You gotta have that speed, precision, and timing. You know what I mean? He knows how to use his range, and I'm like, me molding into doing Muay Thai and just doing martial arts as a whole. I'm actually starting to utilize and learn how to use my length for real, and actually, you know, even as self-defense, it's a new skill asset, you know? It's a new skill asset, so of course it's going to take time, you know? There's times where I get tired, I get my ass whooped in practice. I'm humble about it. It's the most humbling thing to do. It's the most humbling art. That's why I love it, because I get discouraged sometimes, but I'm like, it's an honor because, you know, like I said, it's a jiu-jitsu-based gym. And so you got, you know, purple belts. Our head dude, you know, Professor Billy is our black belt jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's amazing. We have, you know, purple belts, blue belts, so many different brown belts even, you know. And of course white belts, yeah. And I mean, the white belt journey, it sucks, but you learn a lot. You know, I love it. And it's an honor that I'm on the mat with people with, you know, credentials of they know what they're doing. They're going to lead me into the right path. They're only molding me to get better. They tell me every time. We've all been through it. And I know, I can tell. It takes time. It takes years. That's why a lot of people, when they boo in UFC events, they're like, boo. I'm like, y'all don't understand. This is the best part. Yeah. That's the best part of the fight. That's where it really shows who you are, you know, because it's like, ground game is tiring. You see how Khabib does it. You see how everybody does it. He's Derek Brunson. Bro, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, it's the ground game in general is tiring. It's exhausting, bro. Sure, bro. Then you gotta get back up and strike again.
For sure, bro. I fucking did wrestling when I was a kid, bro. I would fucking just do that shit for like fucking nonstop.
Slam it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like that shit's weird, but like the amount of energy you exert is ridiculous. I did that and some kind of other kind of karate. Karate was like nothing, like, you know, that was a lot of quick strikes, but the fucking wrestling, bro, the amount of like energy you exert wasting on the floor, and like, bro, I would just wrestle random people too. Once I got older, bro, like, you know, like you play football and, you know, you had like fun things, like, I don't know what like middle school you went to, but you like had like sock wrestling. I don't know if you ever got to do that. Yeah. That was like fun. Like that was.
We did that, Brennan too.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah. But no one ever challenged me, bro. I guess no one had the balls to, fucking pussies.
I with everybody. I don't care.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I fucking just grab you and just probably fucking carry your ass halfway to the.
Bro.
Yeah, at the time, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So like. That shit, bro, yeah, I would love that shit. I remember I was in the middle of the fucking, like, Taco Cabana parking lot after, like, a fucking football game, bro. And we're just sitting there on the floor, and he was, like, finna break my arm. And I'm like, I'm not tapping. And we're just sitting there. And fucking shit. Bro, yeah,
you like a Tony Ferguson, huh?
Bro,
Just like, no reason.
Bro, like how?
Bro, yeah, it's honestly that, like that, like, and like that. I think that's what like we were talking about yesterday, bro. It's so like in your like prime, bro. Like that's where like you were made, bro. Like back then you were fighting people to fucking live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you take that shit back, bro, and you know there's no quit. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking lose right here, bro. And, like, you know, it's one of the few sports where it's just, like, it's just you, bro. Like, you're not going to fucking fumble the bag because somebody didn't fucking help you. Like, or you're, like, you
that's
can't.
All you.
Yeah, that's all you. You know, you can't look at someone else and be like, you know, maybe whatever, like, my coach or whatever. Exactly.
Like, coach, he can only teach you the stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to go in there and fight this
and
man.
Execute it, yeah, bro, and fucking do the right thing.
And when it comes to, like, UFC and martial arts, it will come to the coach at times. Maybe they touch you, you know, they don't have the developing skills. They don't have that. It happens, but I mean, we've seen it with Golden Child, not Stephen Thompson. What's his name? He trained under like with Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm talking about? That one dude.
Damn, bro.
I forgot.
You said Wonder Boy? Or you said
no. His nickname was the Golden Child.
Oh.
And he's trained with Ronda Rousey. This is a young cat. He was nice. He's nice, but the coach, I forgot. It just hasn't gone well for him. But it does take that, but it also...
She got her ass kicked, too. So.
Yeah, she did. See?
Yeah.
Bro, don't get me wrong.
She was nice, but...
There is that example of that, bro. Because, like, think about it, places like... Not to, like, down, like, anything that we've been through, bro, or anything like that. But, like, bro, I remember the fucking Brennan coaches coming up to us and talking about, like, how there is, like... They were telling us to listen to them like they were the fucking goddamn fucking Spurs coach. Like, he was Coach Popovich or something like that.
Right.
I'm like, bro, y'all are smoking that good shit back there because, bro, like, you know, like, you can trust your coach. And I believe, like, everything you're telling me is true to your knowledge. But you can't compare yourself to someone who's fucking won consistently, bro. Like, you know, we walked into that hole and we got lucky, bro, that there was a fucking group of freshmen that had to be there 4 years and fucking got to play varsity 4 years.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we had that. You know what I mean? How many times out of 10 are you gonna have 3 or 4 fucking people who all go D1? You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have out of that happens, bro. Like rare. You know what I mean? So they have pure talent, and it's like, bro, what did we do with it, bro? We fucking lost in the championship.
Yeah.
Like
no development. You know?
Yeah, bro. Like it's like
it takes certain people to really, you know, like coaches and people to really guide you like to that success. Because they've all been
greatness too, bro. Because like think about it like this, like. How many people were genuinely great on that thing, bro? You got Derek Roberson in the league for sure now already. But imagine if he had someone who was like there, bro, like an amazing coach, like
a mentor.
Yeah, bro, like or like someone who even understood something better. Like, you know, he's not a lineman, bro, by any means in any league. That man wasn't gonna put on 300 pounds. He wasn't gonna put on 200 pounds. Why is he still playing on the defensive lineman? I understand we're probably in fucking high school. But he's going to be a linebacker or anything else anywhere else in the league. Yeah. Just like old boy Jordan Murphy, bro. That's a perfect example, too. Who the fuck has told this man that he's going to be a fucking power forward his whole life, bro? Who, bro? Was it the coaches here? Was it the coaches in college? Like, where did they, like, let that man down, bro? You know what I mean? You're 6'6". He was hooping back in high school. He could make threes. He could do all that. But, you know, somewhere along the line, someone was like, oh, you're only gonna do this, or you're only gonna.
I'm like, you don't expand their talent, that's their potential.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like, you know, like maybe like, let's say I'm coaching you. I don't know, like maybe my way is not perfect, but like if you're a coach, you're gonna fucking like evolve and figure out a way to get that full potential out of somebody, bro. No matter what, and it's like you see that constantly, and you know maybe it's because you can't work really one on one, but like coaches have favorites, so it's like why isn't that one person like if you know that one person who was perfect on the team, like whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, there's two different things. Like, people who are going to work or people aren't going to work, but it's like, where are you going to let them slip to? Right. Fucking DJ, homeboy, fucking, he's a good example. You know, all the time, you're the coach's favorite, you're going to slip through the cracks, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They're not going to see, like, you're not putting in much effort, you're not doing this. You go somewhere like Tulsa, and then you fumble the bag over there because over there, you're just another kid, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you didn't have to program that extra, that work. You didn't, not cutting corners. Yeah. You go through that full square, that full whatever, bro.
Everybody there is fucking the top kid at their school, you know what I mean? Especially the kids who actually have scholarships. And then you see people who are there who actually want to be there, like the walk-ons, bro. Those people are gonna fight more than you, obviously, because they didn't get the chance.
Need that.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean?
They need that, bro. Yeah, they are hungry.
Yeah, bro. Those are always the most hungry, bro. Like, I'll put a perfect example, bro. I think I talked about this before. You know, whenever we went in training and you were talking about the stock wrestling, bro, there was Group A, Group B, and Group C. I was in Group B, right? Because I never had a squat the whole time. Bro, those motherfuckers worked hard as fuck, bro. And I never knew that until one day I got moved up to Group A. They were like, oh, Brian, you can go to Group A. Bro, I was working out with the same linemen that were all starting with me, bro. Them motherfuckers wouldn't lift weights, bro. They go 1, 2, 3, rack. But I was over there working out with some of the kids, bro, but they weren't racking it, you know what I mean? I just came from Group B. Everyone's busting their ass. No one there is a lineman, so I'm the fucking fattest dude there because at the time, like, I couldn't fucking lift, like, I couldn't squat, which squats like most of your weight, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here and be with the kids who actually want to, like, that are putting in the work. And it's like, bro, why, like, you know, you look back and I'm sure if we ever got someone, like, from fucking then, like, there's countless people who, like, had that talent. You come in there, bro, I bet you they say, like, man, I wish I would have worked my ass a little bit harder. Yeah. I wish I would have done this. I personally can't say that because I know I work my ass every single day off in the gym. Yeah. I fucking feel the pain from that hoe now, but, like, you know, I'm pretty. Yeah, bro. And it's like
they're raised us.
Yeah, bro. Right? Like, yeah, bro. Like, fucking damn, bro. I'm molded into a motherfucking.
That's the most durable people you ever like, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there is no reason. I tell him all the time and stuff like that because he's been here, obviously. But like, bro, there's no reason why in high school I was as strong as I was, bro. You know, your numbers are off the charts. You go see grown men, and I was outlifting them by my fucking junior, sophomore year. You too, I know you was pretty strong too, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why we were molded into such like a high quality thing, bro. And like such a young age,
I felt elite,
that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine like you or any of us walk straight out of high school and just gone straight into like some USC training, bro. Your body's almost like in perfect shape because we've been off season for like about fucking 4 years, bro. Basically,
it does a lot. Like that durability, that conditioning. It's because it's also full body. You'll still have a different type of tired because when it comes to like Muay Thai training and jiu-jitsu training, boy, that's like, you really feel it because after all that pressure, it's like okay, you build on that durability, let's put on more. Now it's gonna attack the things that's not even woken up yet. Now it's every limb, every part. I'm like.
You're like, I am sore.
That is the bad thing about football, bro. So football, like, you're doing your body, but you're not doing your body in the things. They just want the strong things. They want strong arms, strong legs, and
all they cared about was strength, bro.
And like in UFC and shit like that, bro. That's where like you see a lot of unconventional ways of like working out because like you use multiple like forms of muscles in your body. Yeah. So like normal working out, how like we see it is like. Fucking that hoe's just not
like bodybuilding, like chest.
You're not working on the right form. So like, bro, like I remember you were talking about the challenge like earlier, right? Yeah. The UFC challenge. I remember when like you have just a big old dude, like the heaviest weight class is standing there, lightest class is just fucking crawling around him, bro. Literally. The heaviest class, he's using all his muscles to stand up, to hold in there, blah blah blah. The lightest dude, bro, he's using all the muscles to climb around, hold his body up, bro. Everything like that. So like you see unconventional things like that, and that's like fucking crazy.
That's what's so big about the art, bro. There's so many different styles and techniques that when they collide, bro, it's just like you see how it plays out, and I'm just like, wow, like
it's crazy.
Going into the art, it's so beautiful.
There's like so many different gyms. Everybody has their own coach at saying.
They got some sauce, right? Yeah, everybody got some sauce with it.
They all show up with their own unique style, and it's like I'm gonna put these past year of me training to the past year of you training, and let's see who trained harder.
We're gonna be the top dog, and that's what it's so humbling because you gotta realize like back in like Dana and golden ages, whenever gladiators and stuff, right? You know how like you see in UFC, one person gets their hand raised, the other one doesn't. In a sense, that's a humble humiliation. You know what I'm saying? Hospitality, because you gotta see like, dang, like I lost in front of all these people. It's humble, but just back to the lab, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? And so like, it's a lot of factor because even back then you can tell like when you lost, like that was like the end of your life. Like it was defeat. It was defeat to the max. Like it was jeez, like you failed your family, your everything. So
you are like labeled,
right? So as human nature, we still have that type of in our subconscious. We don't show it out, but because if you know how to really maintain and control your emotions, you fully, without any materialistic or anything or substance to help make you happy or control your emotions right to a certain level, you do it humbly on your own. You really start building yourself, that character, and I love it about that. I come from being under the lights when it came to track and field. I loved it. I was a hurdler to the max, and when it came to that, bro, all eyes is on you,
And you competed at a high level since like your sophomore year, bro. You were varsity freshman year.
I
was like, I know you love it, bro. I was like, fucking.
I started on all the upper dudes that are varsity guys of freshman year of varsity track because they would do like shot put or some of the fast.
Yeah, bro. Well, no, it's like on the throne. By the time your event was out, like we was already out there and chilling in the stands. I gotta go through the 300 hurdles. It's like the last event, and we're like,
dang.
Yeah, bro. So you just gotta boo with us all the time, bro. But like, nah, those are the times, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. I enjoyed that, bro. I get out of school early, bro. I would do one thing, and then I was done for the rest of the day. And I just gotta go hang out with y'all, bro. But like, bro, you definitely gotta see all the cool people, bro. You gotta hang out with more people, bro. Like, different kinds of people do track and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good, bro. And like shit like that, and fucking, you got to see the different schools too, because like normally you only play one school. Where in track, bro, you get to see all the schools. You all get to talk. Everybody gets to talk to each other. You meet hella new people. Like sometimes every week there's a different person there. Sometimes you're like, hey, what's up?
It's just like it was fun and just I've been under the lights. I'm like, man, all eyes on me since forever. I'm like, all right, So when you mess with the track, and I've had so many failures, especially 300 hurdles. I felt. There's been times where I could have advanced to the next, from area to regionals. Yeah, the next meet, I fell the last hurdle. I was first to second or top three, boom, fell. Or I missed, and then I'm last, or I get hurt, or I just, just that one little thing. That's why when it came to just having all the little things, in hurdles, you got to be crisp. Like Chris, like if you skim that hurdle, you gotta skim and keep going. Like just don't. You're already putting that behind you. You know what I mean? Forget the mistake. You're already looking at the next one. Like I'm already looking 2 hurdles ahead. Boom. All right, another one. Boom. You know, another one. Boom. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, and so that athleticism going to MMA, it helped out a lot. I'm getting back into it. I run track on my own time and do it just because of that flexibility, mobility. It helps a lot. So.
Cardio very well. Fucking in the ring, bro.
But it's crazy because you would think still, even with running cardio, like that helps for sure. But you gotta also train in the thing that you're doing, like that cardio wise, because it's like, let's say you got a football player, he can last, or a soccer player that can last, 90 minutes on the field, right? And you got Mayweather who can last 12 rounds. You got a soccer player going in, the first 3 minutes they might even die with him just because they haven't trained physically doing all that. They're gonna get tired.
It's the constant balance.
That type of thing. Because he's physically done this longer, so 3 minutes with doing this, he gonna be okay. Yeah. But the soccer player, they done. Man. Yeah.
My dad is actually a professional. Not a professional. He is a Golden Gloves winner of fucking boxing. So.
Shit, what?
Yeah, bro. My dad fucking grinds, bro. Like, that's what he did. That was his, way to get out of there. Yeah, so he was in, the Junior Olympics and shit like that. Jeez. And, bro, he's a big boxer, so fucking definitely cardio. Like, bro, this man tells me all the time, bro, jump rope, nonstop, all that shit, bro. Yeah, bro.
That jump rope be helping, bro. Cal be strong, too.
Yeah, bro, because, that's where, most of your jumping comes from, because you're not able to fucking fully extend their knees, so all that jumping comes from those calves, bro, hopping around and shit like that.
And
so
that leg durability.
Yeah, bro. Especially in the UFC with the kick, bro. You saw the other day, bro, that leg definitely cracked, bro. Fucking... He kicked it. You saw that shit bend. I was like, oh, no.
I love him. I'm sorry. I love leg kicks to them. I love it. Like, people are like, well, I'm like, yeah, it takes one to give one. But when you give one, you going to love it. You going to, like Jose Aldo, how quick he be doing. Boom, boom. That's another one of my favorites. Okay. So, besides Adesanya, I like McGregor. I don't care nobody say. I don't know. It's just...
I like his fucking swagger, but he hasn't been putting in the fucking work.
I know that too, but you gotta realize where he has came from for real. He's already achieved a lot.
No, he don't got to nobody.
At this point, he's already done it all. That's why I want to be like that when it comes to him, entrepreneurship with it as well. He's still making money. He making more than the UFC.
Yeah, I endorsements, all that shit, bro.
I saw about yesterday. Over last year, out of all sports athletes in the whole world, he made the most money. Out of everybody.
He's doing it. There was one of the reporters said a quote that he said back in 2013, and it was a lot of manifestation in his quote, and where he's gonna get him and his family and his girl and his people, and where he's gonna be in fighting and financially, and as a person, and and I think it was years later, here 2021. He read out to them. Bro, I almost cried too. I was like, that's manifestation for real. Like, he did that. You gotta realize, so people gotta look at, I look at it too as a bigger picture. Like, what I tell people, when I want to, as I say, I want to be a fighter. I don't want to just be known as a fighter. I want to be as a person with a testimony, an individual who's just created success for others, and give a testimony that you can do this, and I can help you too,
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, he's already, 2-time champ, 2 weight classes, and has done it all, been smacking dudes left and right, and then one of the, coldest people, has been through adversity, been through tough times, fought, since forever, proved his family wrong, he had doubt all left and right. He's already did it. That when I was, that's his prime was, when I'm in high school and stuff like that. That's when I remember everything. I got to see all that. Even when when he boxed Mayweather, that was still something golden, iconic, is legendary. Sure. You gotta admit, he's one of the only people that's really touched McGregor or Mayweather more than any of Mayweather's opponents combined. Yeah. I was like,
and that's stepping into a ring he don't even know.
He's not even familiar with that environment. He's like, hey, that's an animal mindset going into a ring. That's I'm like. Dang,
it's different.
It's different. I'm like, so kudos to him for that.
And octagon into the square.
He's my favorite as well. He goes number 2 because Adesanya is my boy. I love my Nigerians. I love him. But yeah, man, Usman and Ngannou, you got
they're all hitting right now.
Bowman. Who else? Who else is my favorite?
Big time for them.
What's the I forgot his name. I mean, Charles Oliveira's been my dude. I like him most definitely. If we even go back to like old school, you think of like the prime Tyron Woodley.
Oh yeah,
prime Rashad Evans. You know,
they were all
they
was all jumping back then.
Or Junior Dos Santos when he was in his his prime too. Jacare doesn't even flinch. He's insane, bro. He's a crazy dude.
GSP. Oh,
can't forget him. Oh, yeah. That's what I was yeah. Go for real, like he did it all.
Crazy, yeah.
Bisping, Forrest Griffin. I'm talking about first from like the Ultimate Fighter days when they was coming up and like future goats ahead already. I'm like, these dudes insane, bro. Like, all right, like this is UFC. This like when UFC was first, booming. Yeah. At first, like when it first started, weight classes didn't matter. You could have a dude like me going against a sumo wrestler type shit.
Yeah, they just had.
It didn't matter. Just bare knuckle too and all. I'm like, dang. That's why they started separating everything. Now you got UFC, you got bare knuckle fighting, and you got one championship, Bellator. Different organizations when it comes to MMA. I'm like, okay. This is or Lethway. That's the art of 9 limbs. So you got your hands, elbows, knees, and feet, but also your head. So Lethway, they be headbutting and stuff too. Like I'm,
bro. I ain't about all that.
I was like,
I ain't getting into that one, bro.
But y'all already lost me a bare knuckle. Like unless it's like and I'm in the street, of course I got to defend myself. But But not stage like like this is like for real like
professional dude can hit you from
someone been practicing this literally every day. I'm like,
I don't want none of that.
I'd rather do it with them 8 ounces. Put the 8 ounces on, then we can talk, bro.
Damn, yeah, bro.
But I've been using the boxing gloves. My hand speed is changed.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah. So hopefully, bro, one day we'll all get a fucking see you box in a fucking match, bro, in a UFC match, bro. Pay-per-view. Go out there, pay-per-view, bro. Maybe we're on the sidelines.
Yeah,
like,
hey,
bro, we'll interview again, bro. We fucking make that home, bro. That's the fucking dream. Right.
I'm gonna Joe Rogan get the fuck out there. How was the fight?
Yeah, bro. We love Joe for sure. That's where we get like all our base from, bro. Yeah. Like he started it all. He's definitely one of the big like entrepreneurs that podcast and stuff like that.
He's a goat.
And like,
I just I'm already visioning, bro. Every time that belt around my waist,
bro. Like no, I see it in you, bro. We see it in like everybody who comes in here, bro. Like. Everybody who comes in here, I'm waiting for the moment that they come in this hole. And, some people come in this hole and they talk to us and everything. And that they might not make it. Yeah. Or they're, like, doing something decent. But there's definitely more than a couple that come in here and you like, bro, like, if you just keep that mindset and you fucking keep on going, there's nowhere that, like, no one's going to stop you, bro. Nothing, like, no matter, I believe it, he believes it, probably people in the fucking thing will believe it. They'll know that, like, you're about it, bro, and they're waiting for that day to see you out there,
like,
too, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's, like, one thing to, like, believe somebody, but then when somebody sees, like bigger picture, you're like, he's not even thinking in, like, this time. He already thinking.
You gotta plan
10 years later. You gotta
start
living 10 years later. He's
like, yes, focus on now, of course, but you gotta realize you gotta make above average decisions if you want an above average lifestyle that you be seeing on Instagram and TV and stuff like that. Why not start living it? But it takes time. Things that are valuable, worth having, that are worthwhile, takes time. People say people want fast things and this and that. It's gonna blow over. Temporary happiness. You want that long term generational. So embrace the hard time, embrace the process, man. Like, it's bigger than just anything. It's bigger than materialistic. You want to live a nice lifestyle, that diamond life we all desire. You gotta start really, opening your mind and really not having just one simple mind. You gotta be, open to everything. You can't, we can't afford to just miss on opportunities. You know what I mean? One thing me and my team say is, don't have FOMO, basically meaning fear of missing out. You know what I mean? You're watching somebody constantly on, let's say you watch my story, you watch somebody's story, you're seeing them constantly grow. You're seeing where they came from, see where they're at now. It seems like you're just a little pit stop, but they're grinding, they're working in silence. And then you see them again, you're watching them outgrow. Because you got to realize, when people watch your story and they're looking at you, they're really watching for, I think, 2 things. They're either watching you for 3 things. They're watching you to see if you're gonna succeed or if you're gonna fail. And then on top of that, either or, they're watching you to see what's your why. People don't care about what you do until they know what you like, that it matters. They want to know your why, what you're doing, and how, what's the meaning, the purpose, That's just how you just gotta talk to, do it to people. And certain things, I mean, it's beneficial to have uncomfortable conversations. Uncomfortable conversations leads to more comfortable living lifestyle. You feel me? The more you break through those barriers, smooth sailing.
After that, yeah. Those are some fucking good last words, bro. We'll fucking definitely have to have you back on one day. We'll shout you out, bro. You can send me all your information. We'll put it down, bro. However people want to contact you, bro. Fucking, if they contact you, bro, they're definitely leading themselves in the right way, bro. It sounds like you're leading yourself in the right way. We can only fucking wish you the best, bro. If y'all fucking enjoy, bro, drop him a comment. Tell him how much you enjoyed his ass coming out here today, bro. We busted this out real quick, and hopefully the next time he's fucking a millionaire, man. Right. Shouting out Big B to the double Z.
It's your boy STTB.Samuel. You know the vibes. Right. Love y'all, man.
And then our boy GTR Mario. Deuces, y'all. For sure.